like I was saying, before we start the presentation, we would like to express our full support all the way down from Mexico to all this community for all the flooding and the circumstances that have caused the floods here in Calgary. We were very surprised to hear about this, and back in 1985 in Mexico, we had a big earthquake that needed the support of all the community, and we know what the effort of a full community getting together can create. So we are very, very positive that this unfortunate circumstance is going to be for all of you as a community an opportunity to strengthen because of the great results for sure you're going to be able to get from here on. So we express our support. Let me just talk very quickly. This is what I'm going to be talking to you about us, about the energy and water saving technologies that we have in Mexico, water problem in Mexico, and the program overview. First, let me tell you just a little bit of what I represent. I represent a company called Mabe, which is a Mexican global company which designs, produces, and distributes home appliances to more than 17 countries around the world. With the United States, we have a joint venture with General Electric under the brand of GE, and basically in the United States, we're present by GE, but in Canada, we have a manufacturing plant in Toronto, and in Montreal, I'm sorry, and we have plants all the way down to Latin America, about 20 of them. And we also represent the National Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers, which is the association that represents the voice of the Mexican manufacturers of home appliance industry. And basically, we represent major and portable household appliances, air conditioner, water heaters, toilets, and shower heads. And most of you must be kind of asking a question, why would a home appliance manufacturer association represent, other than major and portable appliances, also water heaters, and also toilets and shower heads? Because that's not a custom thing to see in an association of this type. Well, basically, the answer is that we, in 2007, realized that we had a very important task as an industry to equip the sustainable housing in Mexico. And we suddenly realized that we did not have any equipment to offer or any saving technologies to offer within Mexico to be able to be part of it. So that's why the first decision we made was to invite the toilets and shower heads industry in the association, and also the water heaters main manufacturers into the association. And because of this, we were able to move on and to create the first energy technology generations of appliances that would allow to have savings in electricity, gas, and water. What we did is we got together and said, okay, what are we going to do? So we decided to choose the appliances that would make the difference in this project, in equipping the sustainable house in Mexico. So we decided in electricity to go with refrigerators and air conditioners, by saving gas with solar and gas water heaters. In Mexico, we use a lot of gas to heat our water. Per capita, Mexico per capita is the biggest consumer of gas in the world, and most of it is because of the way because we use gas within our appliances, among other activities. And concerning water, we decided to develop washers, shower caps, and toilets as new technologies that would save water. Before I go into the project I want to talk to you about, let me give you a reference of what we've done in the past. First of all, we participated with all these new technologies that we established in two big programs in Mexico. One is the Substitution of Refrigerators program, and the other one is the Green Mortars program. In 2008, we began the the first massive program of substitution of energy-saving refrigerators as one of several anti-cyclical measurements implemented by the federal government. Actually, what we did is, when we started out with refrigerators, the first thing we did was the standard. We made a standard energy efficiency standard so we can differentiate the refrigerators that would be normal consumer refrigerators, and we will have a new generation of more energy efficient consumer refrigerators. And this second generation was the one that took part of this program. And we got it together. It took us like a year or so to put it together as an industry. We went to the government. But by that time, in 2008, the economic crisis started, so the government, instead of taking it only as energy efficient program, they took it also as one of the anti-cycle measurements the government implemented to get out of the crisis. What were the results? In a 3-year period of time, we replaced 2 million refrigerators. So we went into 2 million homes, got a new one in, a new refrigerator in, and got the old one and destroyed the old one and recycle. So we had to make infrastructure, nationwide facilities to do all this. And we were able to do it in 3 years. The name of the program was given by the President of Mexico. And instead of giving a very fancy name, he just put, change your old one for your new one. So the housewives in Mexico were very excited about that, you know, until, anyhow. When we wanted in this new government to make a washer machine, a replacement program, we could not do it the other way around. We would get in a lot of trouble, you know, so let's keep it that way. Anyhow, the amount of energy saved was of 4,000 kilowatts per hour and 2,000 estimated tons of CO2 all put together. The second program we participated was the Green Mortgage Program in Mexico. The National Housing Fund for Workers in Infonavit started the Green Mortgage Program, and basically that's one of the main reasons we met Anthony, because he's very involved with all these activities within Mexico. And we started to put out the new technology that we have developed as manufacturers to be part of this program. What are the results? 1.1 million green mortgages have been given out from 2007 through 2012. More than 10 million eco-technologies have been installed nationwide. And in 2012, green mortgages accounted for over 65% of all loans made. Just to give you an idea of, between these two programs, the impact we have had just introducing or making these catalogs and developing the standard and making new household appliances for these specific programs. Now, the solution we're here to talk to you about is household water saving program. And let me just give you a few data about the Mexico water problems. Mexico is located at number 53 out of 108 countries accessed with graded pressure of water resources. According to estimate by the National Population Council, from 2010 to 2030, the country population would increase about 8 million people. We were talking last night at dinner about the population of Mexico City, and it seems like when I was talking to Brian, he corrected me that it must be like 3/4 of the total population of Canada within the city. Most of the people were surprised that when you land by airplane in Mexico City, normally the pilot, by the time the pilot start telling you to put off all your gadgets and your computers away, normally you would be still 30 minutes away from landing and not close to the city. But by the time you take a plane down to Mexico, when they announce that, you're already flying above the city. So that's the time it takes to cover and to reach the airports. It's immense. So one of the most preoccupating things is that the national availability of water per capita would decrease from 4,000 cubic meters in 2010 to 3,815 by 2030. That's a big impact. In Mexico, more than 78% of household water consumption is due to clothing, of washing the washers, personal cleaning, and toilets. In the country, there's a domestic consumption of 4 billion cubic meters annually. So I know the water problem is not necessarily all concentrated on domestics, on the houses. There's big issues in infrastructure, there's big issues in agriculture, but there is a good percentage of water and water culture needed to be done in the home. So that's the reason why we target a project to tackle 3 companies by making a massive replacement with saving technologies. We're making a project to put a package of 3 technologies, water-saving technologies. One would be the washer, the shower caps, and the toilets. So what we did is we developed 3 technologies that would be saving water. We put them together in a package, and we want to work with the water operating companies in Mexico to substitute all the current technology with these new equipments. Because of this, we created the standard for a standard in 2009 called Ecological Grade Mark for toilets and showers. And basically, this would allow you to recognize the toilets that would save between 1 and 7 liters per flush. And it will also, we also created the shower caps, the ecological grade mark shower caps that will be saving per minute of use between 1 to 10 liters, and depending on the pressure that is present at the moment. And we also made a standard for the washing machine, an ecological grade mark standard that would allow us to, I don't know how many of you have automatic washers in your house, but I don't know if you have any idea of how much liters of water you use for a complete load. You probably, for one complete load, I don't know, most of the people must say 30 liters, 40 liters of water. I don't know if most of you would agree with that. But you would be surprised that in an automatic washing, for one complete load, you can use up to 240 liters per load. So that's a lot of water. So we realized that we thought that the shower caps would be the most influent, how we call it, appliance to reduce the consumption of water in Mexico. And all of a sudden, we were surprised that one of the most impacts would be from changing the automatic washers and bringing down the consumption per each use. So now the new generation of washers are using from up to 240 liters, they would use up to 80 liters. They would be saving around 50,000 liters of water a year per family. Yes. So basically, all put together here, we can see percentage-wise the savings of water of the new technology versus the old technology or the present technology. We have 19% in the toilets, 10% in shower or caps, and 60% of the savings on the washing machine. So all this put together was constitute the package of technologies we're going to be working with the water operating companies in Mexico, one by one, because there's many of them. We're going to start with the areas where there's a lot of, how we call it, water shortage, like the Mexico City metropolitan area, cities like Puebla. These cities, let me tell you, they're really high, and we get the water from a very low areas, like Cutzamali. I was talking about Brian, because Brian his company has also worked in solution of problems, leaking problems of the Cutzamala system, which is the system that gives like 70% of the water used in Mexico City. So there's not only a necessity to bring the water away from the big cities, but there's also a lot of electricity costs involved in them because the pumping of water. All this is being done basically like it was said this morning by your minister, a cooperation of various organizations in Mexico, the government, civil organization, manufacturers that are getting together to do this. What are the benefits? Basically, this is only a few of them. We could save up to 1.2 billion cubic meters of water a year. It represents 31% of the annual domestic consumption, and we can start a massive introduction of green technologies to save water. Water saving per family by using these technologies in a 12-year lifetime, which is the lifetime expected of them, will be as shown there per technology, with a total of 1 million liters per family in that 12-year period. And additional benefits are around this specific program. I would not go very deeply about it because of the time circumstance, but you can see that it not only saves water, but basically one of the most important aspects is to introduce a water-saving culture. So in each state, we would be working with this. We would also be working with schools of that area, giving out materials to elementary and high school, junior high and high school kids, so we can sensibilize them of what we're doing in the area and make that effort go to every one of their houses. And also we would, this is going to be a public effort to save water. It's going to be saving energy by pumping water, mitigation of greenhouse gases, saving water subsidy, saving electricity subsidy, all put together. So this basically, Anthony, this is a little bit of the elements of this project. Right now, we're working on the funding and the collaboration, and we're starting to work with the Bank of Inter-American Development that's going to put money to develop the main project in paper, and eventually with that main project, we're going to go into the funding. So by the year, we believe at late 2014 or at the starting 2015, we will be starting this project in Mexico.